Chirp number 4. Fire Sweeney Chants break out in the 4-0 home loss to the Oilers, and here they are. Wow, that's like most of the barn.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty loud.
That's loud. And when that happened to Gerard Mayo, he was gone the next day. So this is, we've talked about this in the postgame briefly. This is something that I think makes management take notice. I mean, I don't think they have as much urgency to fire him, but if the fans start this type of revolt, that's one little chink in the armor. That's a little bit of, the management has to take a look at that, I think. So is the pressure on Sweeney now to do something drastic by the trade deadline, which is out of character?
Yeah, the pressure is absolutely on him. Will he do something? That's not in his nature. It really isn't. It's not in his nature. I would love for him to do something because I don't want to waste some of these assets that they have that aren't going to be there for their future. Why would you keep guys and let them walk for nothing when you may be able to flip them for an asset that will help you in the retool, rebuild, reload, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Sorry, John. But, I just don't think he's the type of guy who's going to pull off a bold move and shake up the core in season. That's just never been him. I hope I'm wrong about that. I hope he does. I hope that Trent Frederic is traded. I hope that, maybe they're involved in the Elias Pettersson, JT Miller sweepstakes and are looking to grab one of those guys. It sounds like maybe Vancouver is leaning towards trading Pettersson, and he would be the guy that I would want if I'm the Bruins. He's 26 years old. He's a center. He has some, issues, but he wouldn't be available if he didn't. So, he's one I'd be willing to take a chance on. He's had over 100 points in a season. That is an elite talent. The Bruins need more elite talents. So I would be willing to try to put a package together for a guy like that. But will Sweeney do something like that? I still think no.
I don't think so either. It's just not in his nature, and I think he'll do a couple of minor moves like he typically does and just hope that the roster comes back together. I think he's really surprised. I mean, they talked about Neely and Sweeney about how this is more of a playoff-ready roster, and it's obviously worse. And I think they're really surprised. I think, at least Sweeney is. He has to be. Because I think he still thought this was a playoff roster that he just had to make an ad later on to. And it just hasn't played out that way. And I think he's probably stunned at this. So I
think you're right. I think he is.
And then moving on from Jim Montgomery and all of it, like he's really treading water. He's really trying to take, he's in the boat with a Dixie cup, and he's trying to friggin', just hold on for dear life right now. And it's not going well. And it just doesn't seem to be like it's going to come back. It's just, I would be really surprised if the team really dug themselves out of this hole full steam. Because it just seems like it's much more. And Charlie Coyle said this recently on or just after the game. I think it was the other day. It was Bridget Proul who said that, had Charlie McAvoy talking after the game. And he said he was asked about what's the identity of the team. And he was frustrated. He says, it's something we have to work on clearly. He said, Charlie Coyle. Yeah. He says, scoring is not our problem right now. It's so much more than that, which leads me to believe, like, if he thinks that, this isn't getting changed overnight.
No, I mean, it is so much more than that. It's really tough to point to an area and you're like, wow, they're good in that area. Mm-hmm. So it is more than just scoring. It's scoring, it's defense, it's effort, it's physicality, it's goaltending, it's specialty teams, it's everything.
Sure.
There's not one thing they do well. Never mind, trying to dig themselves out of, a hole with, there's only like a few minor tweaks we need to make, a few little things we need to work on. No. It's everything. It's everything they need to work on. And that's not something that can be solved overnight. That's going to take time. Swayman hasn't been right all year. Korpisalo's been up and down all year. The scoring has been up and down. Everybody's had bad years. The defense has been, giving pucks away left and right. They're a minus goal differential for the first time in forever. Right. Like, there's lots and lots and lots of problems with this team.
Right.